Good morning everyone. With the latest update adding the new extreme quest, there are more ways to make Meseta. So in today's video, I'll be showcasing two new methods in order to make some Meseta. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So I'll cover the easy method first, which won't make as much Meseta, then I'll cover the slightly more difficult one. For those who paid a little bit of attention, you guys probably already know, but it is the soul receptor and the factor receptor. These things are worth a lot of money right now. So if we click on this and we go to check augment market and we just have soul receptor and factor receptor without the mutation to search all units, you can see this goes for 3.3 million Meseta. Now in case you don't know how to get this unit over here, all you need to do is have 400 unique weapon badges. Then you come to the red light district over here. We're simply going to talk to the badge and memory exchanger, go to the exchange badge, and right here at the very top, exchange unique weapon badges. Once you click on that, it's going to be the second item right here, solid barrier, and it's going to have the soul receptor as well as factor receptor right here. So 400 unique weapon badges for 3.3 million, that's a pretty good deal. So for those who are not planning to make super endgame augments for their units and they just want to make Meseta in order to buy fashion or whatever, this is probably one of the best ways to make a bunch of Meseta. All you need to do is farm a ton of unique weapon badges. So where do we farm unique weapon badges? It's actually an advanced quest. So nobody does advanced quests anymore because it's pretty much dead content, but Advanced Quest is probably the best way to get unique weapon badges because of how AFK friendly it is. So for those who have never done an Advanced Quest before, we need to talk to our quest counter over here, then we're going to go to sub quest, and then we're going to click on Advanced Quest over here. And the mission I recommend running is Advanced Directive Floating Facility. This is probably the easiest one to AFK farm, mainly because there is no verticality. The map is flat. The entire map is just flat. And so what you can do is you can pretty much take a Sigma launcher or whatever launcher you want, and you can just get a PSE burst, hide in a corner, and just blast mobs away. But do keep in mind, the more players you have running this together with you in a party, the better the drop rate is going to be, the more mobs there's going to spawn, and thus you're going to generate a lot more unique weapon badges when you run this as a party. What I recommend is running this with 3 other people, so a total of 4 people in your party. What you do is you simply just run around, you gather all the mobs, you kill them all, and hope for a PSE burst. The moment a PSE burst happens, you all huddle in a corner, you all switch to your launchers, you jump into the air, you hold down the auto attack button, and that's it. You're done. You can alt tab the game, do whatever you gotta do, and your character will just keep shooting grenades at anything that spawns in a 180-degree angle in front of them. So basically, you have your back facing a wall, and you can just AFK there until the PSE burst is over, and then pick up all the loot. It's super duper easy, and on top of that, even if you run it on super hard, the mobs are only level 66. So you're just going to be blasting them all away very, very easily. However, there is one condition to this. So when you actually go in, it will require you to use an advanced capsule. So if you're doing this on super hard, it will require an advanced capsule D. So I don't really recommend running on super hard. I don't actually know if the drop rate is better, but I personally just run it on very hard. And the reason why I run it on very hard instead of super hard is simply because of the required items, the cost. On very hard, it only costs 1 advanced capsule A, while on super hard, it costs 10 of those other capsules. So it's just cheaper so that you can do more runs, all right? Now, the next question I know some of you guys may be asking is, Kero, how do I get these advanced capsules? So you can buy capsules with Meseta, however, I don't recommend it. I recommend farming for your capsules. So whenever you run an advanced quest with capsule A's, they will reward you with capsule B's. And when you run dungeons that require capsule B's, they'll give you capsule C's. And when you run the dungeons with capsule C's, they will give you capsule A's. So in order to get a ton of capsule A's, you just need to run the advanced quest, which requires capsule C's. And it just so happens that it goes in order. So forest over here will require capsule A's. It even tells you right here, payment of advanced capsule A's. So it goes A, B, C. Then it's A, B, C again, and A, B, C. And you literally just go down this list. And so, for example, let's say that I want to farm a ton of capsule A's in order to farm floating facility over and over. So I can either do Daybreak Province if I want, I could do Seabed if I want, I could do Dragon Altar, I could do Floating Continent, or I can do Desert. these are the 4 different advanced quests which I can run, which use capsule C's but will drop capsule A's. So I just pick one map out of these 4 which I'm comfortable with, and I just blast through it. It doesn't matter if you do it solo, if you do it with a group, none of it really matters. You just blast through it super duper fast in order to get a bunch of capsule A's. And the nice thing is, even if you're just blasting through desert, for example, you still get unique weapon badges which are used in order to purchase that unit piece, which sells for 3.3 million. So that concludes the first method. Super duper easy. Farm a bunch of advanced quests, get a bunch of unique weapon badges, buy this unit for 400 unique weapon badges at the red light district, and then simply throw it onto the market. 3 million, 3.3 million, it doesn't matter, you'll make a bunch of profit. Now if farming advanced quests is not your style and you want to make even more Meseta, then I recommend doing extreme quest. So this depends on your skill, if you can actually complete it or not. Not everyone can complete it, but we go to subquest over here and we go to extreme quest. So there are 2 types of extreme quests. First one is Extreme Training Risk Realm. This requires you to be level 100 and up, and it is a 4-player thing. So the mob here does not scale based off the number of players. The difficulty is set, so I recommend coming into this difficulty with 4 players always. Do not try to 2-man this, 3-man this. Life is going to be very difficult unless of course you're just super duper strong. But I recommend doing this with 4 people. You just farm this on autopilot over and over and over, and you get a lot of really nice drops. I'll show you the drops in a second. And the second method is, if you have no friends, then you can do the Elite Training Risk Realm. This is the solo version of Extreme Training. So all the mobs will have lower HP, however you cannot die. If you die once in the solo version, you automatically fail the mission and you cannot pick up any of the loot. So unless you're a really good player, I do not recommend running the solo version of Risk Realm. I highly recommend running the Extreme Training Risk Realm with other players. And now to talk about the loot. And the loot over here are the units. The main thing you want to pay attention are the units, as well as weapon S-grade augments. So you can see over here on this unit right here, I got this S6, Overflowing Life 5. Increases max HP by 50% while overload is in effect. Very, very strong. But the main one everyone wants is Veteran Resolve. So you can see here that I've got Veterans Resolve 3, which gives me plus 10 to all stats, plus 10 to HP, and plus 3 to PP. However, there is a problem with the units here, and that is the rarity. You can see that the rarity is 13 stars, and we cannot sell this item on the market. So you will need to do a little bit of augmenting magic in order to make this item tradable. Let's hop over to my second monitor to show you a little bit of augmenting. So over here is the Arc Slayer simulator, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be transferring all of these augments over here onto a lower level base unit, so that we can actually sell the unit. Because as I showed you earlier, the units that drop in the Extreme Quest are 13-star units, which are not tradable. But what you can do is transfer these augments, which are on the 13-star units, onto a 12-star unit or lower. You can even transfer it onto like a 1-star unit, it doesn't really matter, and people will buy it. The reason why people are buying it is because they don't care about the unit itself, they care about the augments on the unit. Alright, so this is how you get around the system in order to sell all of these high value augments, such as Veterans Resolve, as well as Crack. So over here is a simple recipe which I will use in order to explain how we're going to be transferring these augments. So this piece over here, fodder 1, is the one that I just showed you in the video. So we have Veterans Resolve 3, and we have a bunch of junk augments over here. Now obviously some of these junk augments aren't actually junk, you know, like that S6 ability, so we'll remove the S6 ability and put it on another piece of fodder. So we'll remove one of the augments over there. So you can see that now it went from a 6-slot unit to a 5-slot unit. But it doesn't matter because we're transferring all of this onto a 4-slot unit. The reason why you want to put on a 4-slot unit is because the people who are buying these units over here are using it in order to get Veterans Resolve 5. So as we can see here, you've got 3 pieces of Veterans Resolve 3. And that gives you a 100% chance to get Veterans Resolve 3 or a 30% chance to get Veterans Resolve 4. So if you're willing to gamble to get to Veterans Resolve 4, you will make quite the profit. So we're going to come to the market, go to the personal shop, and we're going to product search, and we're going to do Vet 3. So Veterans Resolve 3 right here. We're going to do units, and it doesn't matter how many slots it is. We're just going to search by price. So you can see right here, Veterans Resolve 3 is going for 4.6 million Meseta, which is quite a bit more than the other unit, which was only 3.3 million. But let's say that you take the gamble and you get Veterans Resolve 4. Let's show you how much money you make here. Look at that, you're jumping from 4 million up to 15 million profit. That is pretty intense, right? So if you're farming all these pieces from the extreme quest and you're just augmenting it and selling it for profit, you make a lot of money. However, if you're buying stuff and you're putting it together and taking the gamble and then flipping it, then obviously you're not going to be making as much money. So you can see that this is a lot of money. However, as I showed earlier, there is a level of gambling between this, all right? And let's say you're crazy and you get Veterans Resolve 5. Look at this, 210 million. That's the cheapest one. 420 million is the next one, and Jesus, this is a lot of money. However, let me show you the actual chances of getting Veterans Resolve 5. So in order to get Veterans Resolve 5, we're going to need 3 Veteran Resolve 4s. We're going to put in 4 over here, 4 over here, and 4 over here. So the maximum chance is having 3 Veterans Resolve 4s, and you only have a 20% chance of success. So if we put in 4 affixes over here as usual, we add in like a 50% augmentation aid, then you have a 70% chance of success. And if you succeed like over here with the simulator, then you just made a lot of money. You just went from 14 million to 210 million. However, getting these Veteran Resolve 4s are going to be a pain in the butt. But Veterans Resolve is not the only thing that drops from that extreme mission. We can also get our good friend Crack over here. We can get Crack 1, Crack 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me just show you how much money you can make from Crack 3. So Crack 3 units, search by price. This is 10 million. The nice thing about Crack is it gives all attack, all defense, HP, and PP, which is super duper useful, super duper nice. And that's why it's worth so much. And a lot of min-maxers will pay a premium in order to get this item. Now, if you like living life on the edge a little bit, what you can do is you can try to go for Crack 4. Crack 4 increases the price dramatically again. It is now 36 million for Crack 4. And let's say that you're super duper crazy and you go for Crack 5. And there we go, 367 million for Crack 5. So there is a lot of money to be made. However, there is a lot of risk involved. Okay? But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome?